you're a Yoruba boy.
Yes.
What is your Yoruba name?
Babalola.
Babalola.
Yes, ma'am.
What a beautiful name.
We'll try.
Babalola. So where is Babalola in this ensemble?
Actually, this is Sauce Kid right now, man. Babalola, I left him alone after high school, man. So.
You dumped him after high school?
Man.
What did Babalola do wrong?
Babalola didn't do anything. I finished hie school, and that was the end of it. And then we walked into Sauce Kid, and now Sauce Kid is what's up, and that's why I'm in front of the TVs.
It's not the front of Babalola.
No.
It's not because of Babalola.
Babalola was getting me beat up in high school, man.
Because you beat up in high school. I'm going to come back to that. I mean, going to
Okay.
school in America and all of that.
Yeah.
But let me start with a deconstruction of your physical self now.
Okay.
You know, I don't understand you. I mean, I am supposed to be a friend of the young. But even after I'm like, okay, I'm lost. I'm lost.
I mean, the sad thing is...
You know what I mean? I understand. I know about it. I don't get the SAG thing. You've got to explain it to me.
My SAG thing is different. My belt is so expensive, I just like to show it, that's all.
Let me see your belt. It's so expensive.
I got a few things going on the belt, so if I cover it up or pull my pants up, you don't see it, and then it doesn't matter how much I pay for it.
Why do young people SAG?
Well, young people, I guess, it's a fashion statement these days. Some people just like to show their butt. Some people have no waist. I don't, so every when I pull my pants up, you know, they fall right back down. So even when people tell me to pull it up, I pull it up right in front of them. And when I walk, it goes right back down. So you see?
Sweetheart, that is why you have belts.
Yeah, that's why I got this as well.
He's got his one.
No.
Even with the belts.
No.
What is it?
Because you see, where it is where it should drop. The belt is holding it there. So if the belt can hold it there, it can hold it up and
exactly.
See, my body made different because when my back is supposed to go like that, but then my back just continues.
Look, you are now going to win this argument.
You shouldn't.
So let it go, Shola. What is the...
What's in your mouth?
What's in your mouth?
This is just a metaphor for talking money, man. I talk money every time I open my mouth, you know, expensive smile, that kind of thing.
And you can barely even see it.
It's just swag, you know. You got to get close to me. You got to get to know me to see it.
To see what's in your teeth.
Yeah, you can't see it from far, man. And then when you far, that means you're
And now you see, I'll take you right there.
Okay.
Wait, me, I want to know. Can you speak Pidgin?
Of course.
Is it possible to
Conduct this interview in Pidgin?
or can you speak more sort
Not to
of
do us now. We can do it now.
Because frankly, I wasn't.
If you tell me now, then I'll come down.
Calm down, talk like us.
Say you know.
I wanted to ask you,
Yes, sir.
Sauce Kid,
Yes,
because you
sir.
said that's what we're looking at, not Babalola.
Yeah, no, Babalola.
Okay, Sauce Kid.
Yes, sir.
You say you are the African ambassador of rap music. That's what the jacket of your whatever says.
Yes.
What's African about you right here?
African is me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to be African. I represent it, you know. Everything, all of the, you know, the music I bring, the best of both worlds, you know. I'm fusing the Nigerian thing with the American thing and bringing two different cultures together to listen to one thing. So, you know.
Yeah, but you're not representing that in your brand right here.
Right now, I'm just a flight boy, man. You know, I'm just trying to do my thing, get some endorsements from all these people. So that's what I'm doing. That's what
Okay,
I'm
fine.
about
That
right
explains
now.
it. I mean, if the endorsements are there,
It's okay, you know, but part of what he said is so real. I mean, it's like Akon. Everybody goes on, Akon is African. You cannot deny your Africanness once your black skin is black. So maybe it's not necessary to wear their direct to make the African statement. But I know that Ijoma has been going on about it. Because we've been listening to your album all morning.
Okay.
You know, we do that. When we come in on the show, we listen and listen and listen. You know, and Ijoma, why are you looking at me now, not saying anything?
No, the thing is,
Hey, yeah, no, tell me now.
you know me, with me is like I listen to all this music
Okay.
that is supposedly fusing Nigerian with American, and all I can hear is like, forgive me, my psychoanalytical part of my mind immediately decodes that this is a young person who doesn't know his identity and is therefore buying into the identity that has been sold to him by the big media machine of America.
because you really look like that to me too.
I don't know. But
As you can see, I'm the only one on your side.
When I was in my early teenage years, when I was finding myself, you know, my identity, that's when I moved over to the United States. So, you know, from the, you know, my stages being from a teenager into a young man, I was in the United States. I was learning the United States culture, and I didn't forget where I came from. So that's where the African in me still exists. But at the same time, you know, when you're in Rome, you act like the Romans and stuff. And now I'm back, and I'm about to show people how Nigerian lives in America. How we get it on. That's
You've
all
done
it
a quick
is.
summary, but I know it's not that easy. Being a young person, I mean, there's a particular stage in life when you're uprooted into a completely different culture. And I find, you know, Western culture to be brutal towards black people.
Sure
I mean,
is.
the kids are brutal to kids, generally.
Exactly.
But towards black people, I mean, what was that like, going to high school in America from Africa?
I mean,
the African kid.
everybody always had something to say, especially my first name, Babalala. First of all, they couldn't even pronounce it right. So that was an issue. I had to find a short form, and they used to call me Ola in school. And, you know, people had their stereotypes, you know, monkey, he called me monkey, that kind of thing. It was hard, but then, you know, when you start to understand the culture and understand the stereotypes, then you find a way to get around it. And,
Did
you
you
know, just
at
be
any
part of it.
time regret your Nigerian background when you were facing these things? Or were you that proud of it enough to be able to stand up for it in spite
Actually,
of
I was younger, so I was mad most of the time. Like, why do they keep talking to me like this?
Yeah.
I'm about to beat somebody up, that kind of thing. But, you know, as I grew up, you know, people started to understand, you know, let me know that, okay, this is what you go through. It's just a phase in life. And truly it was a phase, you know, because after a while that stopped. And then people started going, oh, are you Nigerian? I'm like, yeah. You know, like, wow, I never seen a Nigerian like you before. And it's like, what you talking about? That kind of thing. But, you know, now, you know, people appreciate it. And I definitely appreciate me being Nigerian because the culture in me differentiates me from the other black Americans, even though I do sound like them sometimes.
Right. You feel, of course, like right now, you know, and I'm constantly telling myself, don't sound like him. You know, don't sound like him. Because, of course, that was a fitting in you had to do then.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, but you are a star now. You know, your music, your music is elevated you beyond all of that.
Yes.
Would you say, because this is what the point Ijoma is trying to make, I think. You know, I saw that immediately in the song because I'd read about his background and I understood why you can, because I always argue that you cannot do rap like the black American. I even make fun of white people trying to do rap, with the exception of Eminem. You know, I even make fun of them. You know, so to be Nigerian, I want to do it, but to a large extent, you've explained it because you spent a large part of your growing up years getting into that culture.
Yes.
But you know, in mixing your music for your album and all of that, how do you walk that line so that you have an international beat, but it is essentially Nigerian?
For the most part, with me, it's just natural. Like, you know, I use everyday words, things I say every day, you know, regular slangs around my friends and everything. Like friends back here, some of the people I've known from when I was growing up, and then you know what I've learned over how to make music and how to construct words, how to rhyme. I use that knowledge from America that I've learned, and I fuse it together. And it's like, you know, I just bring a little bit of words here and there, cultural stuff that everybody here can relate to. So I don't totally lose them, even though they can't understand what I'm saying most of the time. But there's one catchphrase that they're going, oh, okay, that kind of thing. So, yeah, exactly.
What is that? I mean, I've never understood. I just go, what's the front one? Is it Yeparipa, somebody bobo?
It's Yebariba, Sambori Bobo. It's just, you know, that's just me being me. You know, actually, it didn't mean anything. It was just something I made up. It sounded good to me. It sounded like a praise kind of word, like Yebariba, Sambori Bobo. And, you know, it's like street thing. You know, it's kind of thing I figured, okay, people in the streets could relate to this, even though the Ajabotas don't want to say it. It's cool. But, you know, the street people, as long as they pick it up, it's going to turn into like a slang. And then even if they don't know the face, they don't know the music, they could at least, you know what I'm saying, fuse that slang with me.
So who tells you, number one, that Ajabota don't want to?
I mean, you know.
I heard the first time from a correct Ajabota MIT trained.
Most of the Ajabotas I know, they go, what is that? What's wrong with him?
This was a forming.
That kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Man, what is that?
Don't mind them, they're forming.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying?
Because I heard it, I mean, and he was just
Actually,
going.
the fact